or to be in pictures. You're wonderful.
I got the wrong side.
Welcome to Talkies. Let us pull back our hoods and talk about Death Wish.
Oh.
Do we have to?
Well, if that didn't spoil it.
We wore hoods in mourning for the 2 hours that died today.
Out of the 1% of respect that we can give to Death Wish, which is the hood.
That's it.
Repping the hood.
That's it.
As always, today's episode brought to you by Guayaki Yerba Mate, fine purveyors of delicious, energizing drinks made from organic yerba mate. Come to life.
Come to life.
Caffeine,
Today-
am I right?
Caffeine, am I right? Now, so today was one of those opportunities to see a movie that, wasn't good.
Once again, yeah.
Once again.
We saw Death Wish, directed by Eli Roth.
Yeah.
Who we all know as the great filmmaker. Sorry. Filmmaker?
Eli Roth brought us Hostel.
Yeah.
Brought us what? Did he do one of the Grindhouse movies?
No, he
No.
didn't.
What else did he do?
He's in that Inglourious Bastards.
Yes,
in
he
it.
is.
Yeah.
He actually is great in it.
He
too.
is fantastic.
He plays the Jew bear.
Yeah, he's great in that. He also did that clown movie where the dude becomes a clown.
I saw. It's a comically bad trailer.
It's a bad movie. Like, it's so bad.
The Green Inferno is
Green
another
Inferno.
film of his that I saw recently that was just not entertaining. And for me, that's what I kept coming back to while watching Death Wish, is I just want this movie to be something. It's not funny. And they could have made it funny.
They had lots of opportunities to
It
also.
wasn't suspenseful. They could have made it suspenseful. It could have been a thriller.
Could have even been like an action, all-out action gore.
It could have been a gore fest.
Yeah.
They really didn't do any of those things. It was like they tiptoed into each of those, but never committed
Yeah.
to what this movie is, and therefore that we were left with just blah.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. There's a few moments where, like, it actually hits a really good spot for, like, maybe 10 seconds. Like, one single
bad.
event is like, wow, that was kind of awesome. I wish the whole movie was like this. Where it's just like, and especially with Eli Roth, because Eli Roth is a director that I do think of, even though I don't like any of his movies, I still think of him as having his own kind of take on things and having his own style. And I always, for some reason, I feel like I really want him to do better than what he is. Like, I see a potential in the movies he's trying to make, these, like, grindhouse, really, like, slummy gore kind of stuff, but he just doesn't quite reach it. I don't know what's the deal with that.
I didn't feel any sense of style in this film at all. Not that films have to be stylized.
Unless the style is AC/DC's Back in Black,
which
which
that
was
song's
heavily
in here.
heavily
Yeah.
used in this
Yeah.
movie. Like, lay off this poor song, guys. It's dead.
It needed more Beach Boys.
Yeah.
There's a Beach Boys song in it. That was great.
The short synopsis is a family man becomes a vigilante killing machine when his family is violently attacked by robbers.
Violently.
And so, like, the beginning of this movie, like, all the setup stuff is very, very
Remember, this
functional.
is the non-spoiler
Oh,
section.
jeez.
Here, you know what?
Holy
I can rate
moly.
this movie real quick. You guys know that scene in Avatar where the robots are fighting at the very end, and then their guns somehow become disengaged or something, and so he pulls out that giant knife?
Mm-hmm.
That's what this movie felt like. Felt like that.
Like a robot pulling out a knife to fight.
Yeah. Like, are you serious?
like making
Like, are you
stuff up.
Like, really? They're not giving a nod at it or anything. It's just this is happening.
It wasn't. Yeah, there were plenty of moments like that where it was like, really, that's what we're doing. But there were also just so many moments that were just like, why do I care? Why should I feel like watching you at this moment?
Yeah.
I don't believe what you're saying moments. You sound like you're speaking words that were written moments.
Bruce Willis does the best of being such a great actor at just speaking words.
Yeah, but he had some bad dialogue to
But
work
terrible
with.
motivation,
Yeah.
terrible dialogue, terrible character.
He had
Yeah.
an emotional scene where he had to like let tears
Yeah.
flow, and he nailed it. Right?
Yeah.
It was because he's Bruce Willis.
Bruce
and you're
Willis.
just like, look at that. He's doing this beautiful emotional acting, but then he follows it up with saying these words that are just unbelievable coming out of a human's mouth.
Right.
If people in your real life spoke to you the way these characters spoke to each other, you would start poking them to see if they're like a pod person or
They're
a
robot.
a robot, you know?
They're like inside of some
You
autopilot.
check their meds.
shell.
You'd be like, "Are you all right? People don't talk that way." Then now, all just being fair, writing good, believable dialogue is freaking hard.
Yeah.
It is really, really hard.
Yeah.
But you know, this is Hollywood here, right? This is a big budget movie. Give me some freaking believable dialogue.
Something
Yeah.
at least. They had actually pretty good. I don't know what it is. I guess environment is what it was. Because like the whole beginning scene, I won't spoil it too much, but when they're talking about the family and everything, they're introducing all the characters and everything. The way they acted around each other felt pretty real. It felt pretty good until you saw the movie lines coming in, and you're like, oh, okay, this is oh, that's happening for this reason. Oh, that's why you're doing that. Oh, that's why you're doing that.
Yeah. Oh man, this movie was predictable.
Yeah, the whole movie like is telecasting. Like they keep
Everything.
alluding to the concept
It
of
w-
he's a renegade for the whole thing. Even when he is like a renegade, it feels like they're still alluding to like when he's gonna become one.
He's gonna be a renegade soon, sometime.
They literally like focused the camera on everything that was about to happen. Like if there was a fight scene and some object was about to be used in a fight, they would zoom in on it before it was grabbed.
Yeah.
Like the scene before. So you already know, okay, she's clearly going to whack that person with that pot.
Right.
Otherwise, why are we staring at it for a few seconds before the fight begins? It was over and over like that.
Yeah. It got because of that. It got really tedious a lot of the times, and also it made the movie feel very long.
It did.
How long is this movie? Because I couldn't give an honest guess. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it was like an hour and a half.
The first
But it was
act,
just horribly paced.
Well, I do have the...
It was horribly placed.
But, dude, you're in a bad movie if you look at the time.
that's what
during it. I
he's
did
doing.
that.
Yeah.
I did that because I was curious because I felt, we've just finished what was clearly the first act, and I feel like it was 45 minutes long.
Right.
Which is way too long. Hour 47. That's how long that movie
40.
was.
Oh yeah, it feels longer than that. It feels like a
felt
2.5
hour
hour movie.
plus.
Yeah.
hours, yeah.
Jeez, it was a slog.
Yeah.
It was a slog.
So, what I think all of us were hoping for in this film was something that can be really, really stupid, but really great at being stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly
You know.
what I wanted.
And there's a few films that even have the same setup, like Shoot 'Em Up, Taken.
Mm-hmm.
You know, have almost the exact same setup, or Law Abiding Citizen.
Yeah.
Like these are all stupid films that are so good at
Yeah.
being stupid. And Death Wish was not good at being stupid. It was bad
Yeah.
at just being bad.
Well,
It was
like
good at being bad at being good.
like what Kenny was saying is they didn't really commit to one genre. You know, like from Eli Roth, what I was expecting was something that was really over the top violent with lots and lots of bloodshed.
That's what
And
I
you
was
see
hoping
all
for,
this
yeah.
gore, and
Yeah.
and it's just really campy and like tasteless.
Right.
Yeah.
But they were switching between like a detective thing and like a thriller thing and like a suspense.
It was
thing.
almost like Eli Roth was trying to be taken more seriously.
Yeah,
That's what was weird.
That's
That's
so-
what was weird.
yeah,
It's like,
it's
okay,
not-
it's Eli Roth. This is gonna be some like over the top blood fest.
And he's like, no,
You know.
and he picks this film to do that with.
yeah, I know.
Death Wish.
See, I was looking forward to this movie like when it was coming out because I thought Eli Roth and this property was like a match made in heaven. But now I'm starting to think that Eli Roth, I just don't like his movies.
Maybe
Even
that's
though I
it.
haven't liked all of his other movies.
Maybe that's it.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I am dying to get into all of the ridiculousness of this film, which would qualify as spoiler content. So, can we just end the non-spoiler section
Let's
and
end it.
and let's just jump to the
Move on with our
move on.
lives.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So let's just say, I'll give my 2 cents before we jump to the spoiler-filled section. This movie, in my cigarette rating system, is a an hour 47 if we go by the 7 minutes per pack. Supposedly you lose 7 minutes of your life for every pack of cigarettes you smoke. So I equate wasted life with a pack of cigarettes. So this is somewhere between 10 and 20 packs of cigarettes that I've
Jeez.
metaphorically smoked today.
Oh my gosh, dude. You have a problem.
So would I recommend anyone, would I recommend to even my worst enemy that they smoke 20 packs of cigarettes in a day? No. And I do not recommend this movie to you.
This
It
movie
was
was
a bad movie.
this movie was tired. I was sitting there in the chair and I was like wanting to fall asleep, and I was like, no, keep paying attention. And then I wanted to walk out, and I'm like, no, we gotta stay here.
Do you want it to walk
Yeah,
out?
yeah, and I never want to walk out of movies, so yeah, I would rate it. Don't see it. Watch Taken instead.
Taken
that's
is
a stupid
quite-
movie. That's good.
Quite a good movie. I couldn't recommend it. There are moments, there are a few brief moments that make it slightly better than Winchester in terms of redeemability, but I wouldn't recommend it. I couldn't honestly tell anybody to go watch it.
All right. Well, there you've heard it. We're going to move to the spoiler-filled section now. So if you're hoping to see this movie and not have it spoiled, first of all, my condolences. Second of all, you may want to stop the program until you see the movie. Otherwise, let's jump into it. Spoilers begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You ought to be in pictures. You're wonderful to see. You ought to be in pictures. Oh, what a hit you would be. Your voice would thrill a nation.